What up? What up? What up? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtney Edgar. There we go. What's the word? What's the word? How y'all feeling, bro? Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode, man. I hope y'all having a great Wednesday. I am having a phenomenal Wednesday, man. Today it has been great. Listen, we got a lot of things to cover today, but before we get there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification, my good people, because that's going to allow the other people who are trying to find my channel find me. All right, because we are trying to grow this thing huge. We are going to be one of the biggest YouTube channels out there today, especially the Courtney Edgar Show, because it's dope over here. I ain't gonna hold you. It's dope. We talk about everything. We let people get their shit off. So why my head look creepy? We let people get their shit off, but we do. You feel me? So, but before we get there, let me go ahead and put this message in here right quick for the people, for the Discord. Listen. I want to start promoting my Discord again. I'm gonna start promoting my Discord. I haven't, not my Discord, but my Patreon as well. I have some videos in there already, right? And what I'm doing is, per every milestone that I hit, I'm gonna create a video. So the milestone that I've already hit, I went from 0 to 1,000, right? So I got a video based on 0 to 1,000. Now, if you want me to create a new one, I will, and I'll post it up in the Patreon, all right? And now the next one is, once I hit my 0 to 5,000, then I'll post up another video, so on and so forth. So we want to start growing the Patreon meetups, because the reason we want to go to Patreon meetup is outside of just the membership, you become a part of the ENG community on YouTube. We want to have a more exclusive group, right? So it's not just about just joining the Patreon, right? We're going to be learning. I'm going to be teaching you the game in regards to the things that I'm learning and how I'm implementing things in my world, right? And how I'm building this channel and the other things that I'm doing outside of this to help me to continue to grow my brand. So if you haven't joined the Patreon, be sure to join the Patreon. I will be posting the link up in the chat and starting it so that way you won't miss it. All right, so let me go ahead and post it up in there right now. So the goal, so I'm going to tell y'all the goal. So I'm going to start being transparent with y'all too. And I know for the people who are going to be rewatching this, I know you're going to be like, oh man, you talk too much, but I got to do what I got to do. This is my show. I'm going to run the show how I run it, right? So here's the goal for the Patreon. We're in 2026. My goal is to bring value to you. And that value starts here on the Courtney Edgar Show on YouTube, right? And then my ultimate goal is to get you from the YouTube channel to get you over there to the Patreon, because what happens on the Patreon? That's where we're learning. That's where we're growing. That's what we're building. The things that I'm learning from other individuals, from mentors and other people that I'm getting coaching calls from, I then gather that information. I put that information to action that I've learned. I implement it into the things that I'm doing, and then I come back, because guess what? The things that I'm learning, I also implement it and put my spin on it. When I come back and it's successful for the things that I've learned, I then come back and teach you in my Patreon, right? So that's how we're running it. That's how we're gonna do it. But if you're still skeptical about that, just become an ENG member. It's only 99 cents. All right. But with the Patreon, we want to build it. We want to grow. We want to have a huge community of people, because eventually we're going to get to a point where we're going to start having meetups. We're going to start, having real life lives, all of that. So, and you're only going to get all of that information in the Patreon. Only going to get all that in the Patreon. So you definitely want to become part of the Patreon. All right. And I have posted that up in the chat as well. All right. So with that being said, my good people, I want to go ahead and get into these topics for today, because we got a lot of things to cover. All right. So I want to go ahead and get to this first topic. This girl's name is Liz Khan. She's on TikTok, and what it seems, I've only watched 10 seconds of the video. I didn't want to watch the full thing because I want to react to it in real time. What it seems as if she's a liberal woman, and she's trying to defend Black people. So what it seems like to me is she's a white apologist. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get more context, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and my opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
People are being lynched all around the country right now. They are being found hanging from trees in public spaces. They're also going missing. They're also being murdered in lots of other ways as well. And I can assure you there is no debate here, no debate whatsoever. Black people do not hang themselves from trees in public. That is not a debate. That is not the world we live in. Don't even try. Now, instead of giving high-level details about all of the people and all of the situations, I recommend, honestly, just leave this video if you feel like it and go to Black creators that are talking about it. They're going to have way better insight on this situation than I am. However, there are things that I can talk about as a white human being on the internet. And that's the privilege that I have when I walk into a room or I enter a situation that Black people simply don't have. And I can use that privilege to support the Black community. And so can you. So if you look like me, let's have a conversation real quick. When I walk into an establishment, I am not immediately judged as somebody who is lesser than, who is going to steal, who is going to harm somebody, who is probably carrying a weapon. That doesn't typically happen. But that does.
Hold on. Are you trying to call Black? Hold on. Hold on for a second. Wait a minute. I'm gonna let her finish, but hold on. You trying to say we lesser than? What makes you better? What makes you better than me? Liz? What makes you better than me, Liz? Listen, bro. White apologists. Listen, man. Stay on your side of the aisle. I hold, like I told y'all before, I hold everybody accountable. Shorty, stay on your side of the aisle. Stay on your side. We don't need you to fend for us. We do not. Black people do not need y'all to fend for us. We don't need it. Do your own thing, because I know for me personally, I can walk in an establishment and I don't get the looks of somebody that looks like they have a gun or somebody who's look like they're going to steal. I don't give off that persona about myself. I don't. I carry myself with a high regard. If anything, let me be 110% honest. I trust her less. Because I don't trust people who multicolor their hair. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is not a dig. I'm just being honest. We don't need that. Listen. We don't need that. We don't need your help. We don't, because guess what? Guys like myself, I will hold the Black community accountable as well, and tell them to do the exact same thing. Hey, get your shit together. Stop walking around here being a degenerate. There's no reason for you to walk around as if you still are oppressed, because you are not. You still have the same opportunity as Liz. And quite frankly, from what it looks like, you may have a better opportunity than Liz. The underhanded things that's just being said right now makes it seem as if we are less than Liz. Liz, what makes us less than you? We aren't less than you. We understand what's going on out here in these streets. We do not need you to speak for us.
Does happen with Black people. So I have that privilege of walking into somewhere and people not immediately seeing me as a threat. And when I see somebody assuming a Black person is a threat, I have the ability to physically put myself in that situation in between the two to either de-escalate it or to push that focus onto me rather than them. This can happen in a situation where a police
officer, y'all hear this?
officer is involved, and that police officer is kind of being weird, kind of looking at people weird. This can happen in a situation where there are microaggressions, where there's racism, where an establishment is just like, people are following Black people around the grocery store, whatever it is. There's lots of situations that pop up every single day. The second you walk outside, it'll probably happen. You have the ability to physically put yourself in that situation and to, again, either de-escalate or have the escalation moved towards you. The focus is now on you, the person who is probably not going to get harmed or go to jail or get shot dead because they decided to have a confrontation. That situation is a hard reality for Black people all around the country, all around the world. White supremacy is getting worse and worse. And what I mean by that, it's already existed. It's existed for forever, but the openness of white supremacy and racism is astronomically bad right now. And if you have any heart, if you are white and you have the ability to stand up for the Black community, you better fucking do it, because white supremacy is going to keep getting worse. And if it keeps getting normalized because nobody's saying anything or doing anything or redirecting things towards them where it's not a dangerous situation anymore, then Black people are going to keep being found fucking hanging from trees.
So
hey,
Black people.
Hey, who's she talking? Who's she talking to? Well, what is she talking about, bro? We don't. That seems what she's doing is exactly what liberals do. And I'm gonna be 110% honest with y'all people. This is what liberals do. This is what liberal white apologists do. Not conservatives, liberal white liberals. They come in trying to play Captain Save-A-Ho. And I'm just using this as a phrase because, you know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it for the entertainment. She comes in trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho while throwing us under the bus at the same goddamn time. Well, they can't fend for themselves, so I'm going to step in because I'm a white apologist because I have the privilege and they don't, because they are beneath us and that's how society works. I beg your finest fucking pardon. I beg your finest pardon. And I'm not supposed to be cursing. I'm supposed to be doing better, but my golly, that is egregious what she just did. And for any Black person to fall for this, you got to be one of the most goofiest individuals I have ever encountered in my life. Stay over there where you at. Real talk. Stay over there where you at. We don't need it. We don't need it. We can fend for ourselves. All we got to do is get some of those Pan-Africanisms, you know what I'm saying? The Pan-Africans, you know, the super pro-Blacks who still think we're oppressed when we're not. All we got to do is talk to them. Hey, big dog, I'm going to need you to wake up. I'm going to need you to come to 2026. Yeah, I get it. There still are some racist people out here. I get that. But we can't live our lives every single day worrying about what they got going on and what they think about us over there. We got to focus on what we got going on. We got to focus on moving the needle forward. We got to focus on becoming better as a community. We got to focus on continuing to keep investing in ourselves in order to build and grow. That's what we need to continue to keep focusing on. We can't worry about what they thinking. We can't worry about the white apologists who up here underhanding the dog shit out of us, throwing us under the bus at the same time while they thinking they trying to save us. That's crazy. It ain't happening. We ain't going for it. Keep it pushing. She wild for that. That is wild. But hey, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. I don't understand it. I don't.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Unbelievable. Way to start the show. That's one hell of a way to start the show. Let me read some of these comments real quick. What up, Glitter Red? She said, I think she doesn't know how to use her words and be articulate. Facts. I see what she's saying. I see what she's saying. I hear her, but we don't need it. Imagine getting involved with the police interactions that have nothing to do with you. Facts. I don't even get involved with other. I don't get involved with nobody. I don't get involved with none of it. Nope. Exactly, priest. Exactly, priest. She just putting herself in a line of fire. Yeah, she wilding for that. Nah, she ain't gonna do that. My dog, what's up with you, real life PJ? I can respect that she wants to intervene, but she's also giving dangers to herself and others. Now she's doing it because she is low. She's basically saying that she better, and they ain't gonna do nothing to her because she gonna step in the way of it. That's basically what she's saying. almost like a back. It's an underhand like a mother hell. I said a mother hell. What am I talking about? I just came in, so I'm catching partial clip. I got you. Black Lives Matter means blame everyone for you being a racist. Black Lives Matter have BLM meaning. Wait, I like this background. Hey, I appreciate you, Glitter Red. Listen, we made some changes out here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. We made some changes. We are still the least racist country. That's facts. I agree. I 110% agree with that. No. Only white people with privilege can save black people. You're right. Right. Exactly. Bull City, what up, big dog? What it do? All right. So look, we gonna go ahead and move this train forward because that was egregious. All right. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell notification. So I want to get my dog AR Smitty. What's popping, big dog? What's good with you, family? What's good with you? How you feeling? I want to go to this Arizona topic because this is in my city as well. So I got to cover some things that's going on in my city. Arizona. A Glendale woman found dead after going out with the man she met online. So we're going to get into that, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and my opinions. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. So let's go ahead and rock out, and let's get to it.
Arrested a man they say killed a young woman and buried her in the desert. Arianna Jones was reported missing last Tuesday after her mother hadn't heard from her in a couple days. She was last seen going to the movies with this man, 23-year-old Dominic Rodolico. On Saturday, her remains were found in a shallow grave near Lake Pleasant. Rodolico is now charged with first-degree murder. He's being held on a $2 million bond. And tonight we are hearing from Arianna's mother, who again reported her missing.
She spent all of last week searching for her daughter and told our Molly McBride this is not the ending that she had imagined.
Her mother says her daughter was so much more than a headline. She doesn't want her to be defined by what happened to her and instead by who she was.
It's not fair. It's not fair at all to her, to me, to her son, to her brothers and her sisters. It's not fair to anybody, to her friends. It's not fair. She was 21 years old. 21, like she.
Arianna Jones's mother, Sophia Sardinas, overcome with grief.
And I'm so sorry that this happened to her because this was not supposed to happen to her.
She wanted to tell everybody about Arianna, that she loved being a mom to her 2-year-old son.
She needed to come home to her son. She needed to come back to her baby and me.
And that she hadn't had the easiest childhood. She says Arianna was adopted when she was 3 and bounced around from house to house. The two were reunited when Arianna...
Okay, listen. Can I say something real quick and y'all not damn me to hell when I say this? I see a lot of holes in this situation. I'm not gonna victim blame. I'm not gonna do that. But I see a lot of red flags in this. I'm just gonna say that. I see a lot of red flags.
I was 18 and she had big plans for her future.
She wanted to have a family. That's all she wanted. And for this guy to take her life from her like that.
Sophia reported Arianna missing July 7th. She says she stopped responding to her calls or texts. When she went to her daughter's apartment to check it out, her fears were confirmed.
I felt this heavy feeling, like I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like something happened. Something was wrong with my baby.
Sophia spent the week searching, handing out flyers and holding onto hope until she got the horrific news and Ariana wasn't coming home.
She just wanted to, go out to the movies. She just wanted to watch a movie.
When her daughter disappeared, Sophia was watching her young son. She believes Ariana fought hard to get back to him.
I know my daughter, and she would not just let somebody do that to her and not fight back to get to her son.
Sophia says she would trade places with her daughter in an instant.
I would die for her. I don't care. She deserves to be here more than me.
Police haven't released a motive or explained what led up to Ariana's murder. The family created a GoFundMe to help with her memorial expenses. If you can help, you can find that link under this web story at azfamily.com. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Molly Mc.
I'm really trying to understand something here, guys. I'm really trying to understand something. First of all, have you never ever met this person before? You're having a full-on conversation in 2026 online, as crazy as people are today. Why didn't you bring somebody with you? That's one. If you're gonna do it, at least have a battle buddy system. Have somebody with you to make sure everything is everything. That's one. That's one, right? I get it. You're 21. You think you're grown when you're really not. You think that you can do what you want to do. You think that you can take care of yourself. But I'm telling you, man, y'all ladies, y'all got to be careful, man. When men are telling y'all things, when men are telling y'all can't be out here by yourselves, it's not because we're trying to be controlling. We're trying to protect y'all, man. We're trying to keep you out of harm's way because we understand that there are some men out here that are crazy. They don't care. They don't care. And let alone if you're by yourself, finding them online is egregious. And so the red flags that I'm talking about, where the father at? Again, she was in the foster home. So I understand how hard it is in situations like that. Yeah, a lot of times, even in foster homes, there may not be a two-parent household. It's typically a one-parent. So even understanding the fact that that's not your kid, you need to be more vigilant as a mother and paying attention to what she got going on and what she doing. I don't care if she's 21. I don't. Bro, I do not care. If that's your kid, you going to look out for your kid. You going to try to protect your kid as long as possible. You want them to live a full life. So you're going to do your best to keep them out of harm's way. Yeah, some says like, yeah, she was adopted. Right. I just covered a topic that happened in Glendale, Arizona. Again, in the same goddamn area, y'all. Same area. Glendale. Over there by Westgate Mall. There was a shooting. There was a shooting that popped off at Westgate where all the clubs, people just on 4th of July, people just out there trying to have a good time. And yet and still, people out there losing their marbles, out there shooting up the place, up in the blicky. Shooting from the hip. Mind you, the All-Star game is going to be here in 2027 in February. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. I get it. It's hot. It's hot in Arizona. It's 105, 115 degrees. People can't think straight. Their wiring is fired up right now, bro, because they need some cool weather. It gets crazy when it's hot out here. Stay in the house. What you going outside for anyway? It's hot out here. You don't need to be going outside anyway. And let alone you got a 2-year-old, you can have a 2-year-old child. You need to be more vigilant. You got to be more vigilant, man. You got to be more careful. Ladies, you got to start moving. You got to start moving better. You have to start moving with more intention. I get it. You're independent. You're strong. You're strong-willed, and you're very rebellious too. And your rebellion can put you in some BS that you do not want to be in. Because regardless of how grown you think you are, you ain't overpowering no man. You're not overpowering a man, no matter how much you kick and scream. And if you allow yourself to be put in these situations, dog, y'all just got to be more careful, bro. everywhere. Everywhere. There's crazy people all across this world. You gotta, ladies, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Parents, start talking to your children. Just like back in the day, right? When parents used to talk to their black kids, right? And they would tell them, hey, listen, when the police pull you over, you do exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't give them no talk back. Put your hand on the steering wheel. Don't make any sudden movements. You listen, hand on the steering wheel. Yes, officer. Yes, I got my wallet. Yep, I have my wallet. It's in my back pocket. Am I able to grab it? Yep, I am. All right, cool. I'm using my right hand. I'm gonna grab my back pocket. I'm going in my back pocket right now. Boom. I'm pulling it out slowly. Here's my wallet. I'm gonna get my license. Here we go. There you are, officer. How's your day going? Going good? That's good. Sit there, hand on the steering wheel. Don't move. Don't give no talk back. No nothing. Oh, registration? Yeah, I got this in the glove compartment. Grab that real quick. No, I don't have a weapon in there, just to let you know. No weapon in there, nothing like that. Let me grab it. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Cool. All right, cool. You gonna do your thing? All right, bet. Sit up there, you chilling. No reason to get an attitude because you already know you weren't supposed to be speeding. You just got caught, so now you upset because now you late for work. So now just take your L. Just sit there and wait for him to get done. Because depending on your behavior and how you act, you can either leave with the warning or it can be escalated to just because you had a little bit of an attitude. You didn't go too crazy with it. Had a little bit of an attitude, so therefore he gonna give you a ticket or her. Now, if you decide to get belligerent, guess what? You might well get ready to go to jail, or even worse, lose your life and never make it home. So you got to be more vigilant. And I need parents to start telling these people, start telling their daughters that 100%. And I also need these parents to start talking to their boys. Hey, your life is not worth risking over a woman. Your life, you should not risk your life for nobody, let alone a woman. No, sir, Bob. I am not going to jail for no woman. I am not. Absolutely not. You lost your damn mind. Ain't no shorty. There is no shorty in the world that fine that's worth me going to jail for. Because I wanted some box or for whatever other reason, because we don't know the reason as to why she got unalive. Not doing it. So next time, ladies, if you meet a man online, first of all, I need you to be I need them antennas going off. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, listen, I want to meet this dude, so I need at least two of y'all to come with me. I need two of y'all. I need one dude, one shorty. One dude, one girl to come with me. Because we got to vet this dude. We got to make sure he's straight. And I need y'all, location on. Location on. Don't turn your phone off. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you got gas in your vehicle. I don't want nobody falling behind, but I need y'all to trail to make sure we straight. Make sure ain't nothing popping off. Bring the blicky too if you got to, because just in case he try something slick, y'all gonna be right there. Because I don't trust this fool. And then once you start to have a conversation with him, and you start to see certain red flags, don't overlook them. Pay attention. Pay attention, because guess what? The red flags gonna show. I don't care how good of a person. I don't care how smooth he is. The red flags are gonna always show. And you move accordingly. You feel me? But prayers go to the mother. Prayers go to the baby, the 2-year-old child. I still hope that 2-year-old child is able to grow up and live a prosperous life. You know, I hope they get, and I hope old buddy get what he deserves. After everything comes out, because we don't know the full story, right? And like I said, I like to play it on the even keel field. Once we know the full story, then we can go all the way in on him. But right now, just based off of this story, he's looking guilty. Looking guilty. $2 million bond. Hey, big dog, you finna sit for a long time, and you gonna have to think on your actions. You're gonna have to think on your actions, because None of this shit is worth going to jail for. Now you got to sit in jail and protect that backside for a long time, big dog. I ain't with it. I'm not with it, man. You feel me, Boy City? Like, bro, it's crazy. Fam, do y'all understand? There was a time in life where we would just get a shorty number and we'll hit her up and be like, hey, listen, let's meet at the movies. Let's meet at the mall. Why aren't y'all meeting in the public place? How do y'all end up trying to go on a date and next thing you know you end up in the desert? How does that happen? Let alone, let alone, I don't even understand how it happened back in the day when y'all used to pick them up, when they used to pick shorties up from the house. I don't even understand that. I guess back then they had a little bit more respect. I don't know. Or maybe it was happening at the same alarming rate, but it just wasn't televised as much. We just couldn't see it as much because we didn't have social media. I don't know, but some got a shade. Coffee dates, something. Hey man, vigilant. Keep the taser on you. Keep the mace on you at all times. Listen, get your little knife there. Get your little keychain knife or get your little pocket knife. Keep it on you. Just in case buddy try to come at you, guess what? You stab him right in the junk. Guarantee he'll leave you alone. Guarantee he won't be touching nobody else. Don't put it in his leg because adrenaline, he ain't gonna feel it. Put it somewhere where he gonna have to stop. Right in his junk or in his eye or in the neck or the ear. One of them he gonna stop 1000%. I said, now they act like meet me in the dark area in the project. These girls are like, cool. I'll be like, yeah, you feel me? He seemed sweet. Oh, he seemed cool, pretty chill. I like the conversation we had online. Online, you might be talking to somebody else. You don't know who that person is. Listen, FaceTime me first. No, FaceTime. I got to see if you're real first. That's the first line of defense. I got to see if you're a real person. Oh, you're a real person? I bet. That's one. I bet. We got a check mark on it. Where you stay at? If you stay anywhere in the projects, I'm good on you. Nope. Oh, you stay over there? Nah, I'm good. Oh, you stay over there in the area where they got the single digit street numbers? Nah, I'm good. I already know you in the bad area. I'm straight. I ain't coming over there. You gonna nope. I'm straight. I'm good. You're gonna have to meet me in the public. You're gonna have to meet me in a very public place. I mean, everywhere. All cameras are where you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't sneak off. You can't snatch me up without nobody seeing at all. But prayers up to the family, man. That's sad. But that is sad, man. Now this baby gonna grow up without his mother. Some dumbass dudes out here, bro. Real talk. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell notification, man.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Hold on, let me do something real quick, y'all. My apologies. Let me do something real quick live. That's weird. Yikes. Go back out here. Okay. Jesus. All right, let's get to it. Let's get back to it. You say she got to have 5 digits in her street number for according to agree to meet. Man, you feel me? 10 foot ceiling energy, 1000%. 1000%. 5 digits. Listen, anywhere between 1 to 2 digits. Can't do it, bruh. I can't do it. Anything that say Booker T or Montgomery, Martin Luther King Street, I'm straight on that, big dog. I am good. I'm not going. You can say, man, stop being a little bitch. Man, call it what you want. I'm not going. No. I'm not going. For what? If you really want to meet me, guess what? You're going to have to meet me somewhere where I feel comfortable. You're going to have to meet me somewhere where it's a little bit more elegant. And if you uncomfortable, then that means you don't even need to be in my life in the first place. You don't need to be in my life in the first place. That means we are not compatible with each other at all. Let's move it along. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not going. I'm not going. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification. But let's move this train on. Let's move this train on. So let's talk about modern feminism is trash. On the Big Facts Network, Dr. Will James, he sparks a heated debate. So we're gonna get into it, and then we're gonna give our thoughts and our opinions. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
The 664
between Black men and Black women. I see some of the things you spoke about in your own work. My first question is, how do you think we can alleviate that war between Black men and Black women that's just growing bigger and bigger and bigger with these podcasts?
Well, that war can be alleviated with people just being objective. I like to focus on objective truth. I'm not big into playing games. I like to look at the facts. What do the facts state? If you look back into the early 1900s, the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, even when we were more oppressed than we are now, the way our households were run, the way our communities were run, there was less violence in our communities. There was more of a village. We had gender roles. This new divide with people saying, oh, we shouldn't have gender roles and a man could do this and a woman could do this. No, a woman has her role to play and a man has his role to play. We need to get back to, that's what I say in the book. We need to get back to the customs, the culture that allowed our ancestors to thrive even while being oppressed. We need to get back to that. There's too much games and too much, foolery playing around. People don't want to be objective. If you tell a woman right now, you had 3 kids, that drops your value. They say, no, it don't. I got 3 kids, but I'm smarter. Let's stop playing games. You're not as attractive with 3 kids as a woman that doesn't have 3 kids.
Dr. William James.
Just
okay.
Wait, what?
Can't play games.
So wait.
I'm sorry.
Let me peel it back. Let me peel it back.
Oh, they fired up.
Do you think that gender roles, excuse me, I got it. Now y'all want to pay attention. When he says something y'all don't like to hear, I got it.
Ooh, I like that.
Now let's go back to gender roles. Do you think gender roles will take us back to like the 1960s? When you say gender roles, first of all, define what you mean by gender roles.
By gender
What's
roles,
your opinion, your idea of a gender role?
Gender roles is certain things are specifically for the man to do, certain things specifically for the woman to do. So for example, the man taking out the trash, the man fixing the car. That's a man's role.
Right.
The woman cooking, the woman cleaning. That's a woman's role.
Right.
It's not wrong with that. Just like if, let's just say you and I were a couple. If we step outside, it's my duty to walk on which side of the road, other side of the street.
You're supposed to be near the curb, and I'm supposed to be on the inside.
And why is that?
Because you're the man and I'm the woman.
And I'm the protector.
Yes.
That's my role, protect and provide. Ain't nothing wrong with having that as a role. If we go outside and a robber approaches us, it's my job to defend you, lay my life on the line for you. I'm supposed to do that as a man.
Right.
That's not a woman's job. I wouldn't expect my woman to step up in front of me. That's my duty.
Okay.
Now, with all of this modern feminism, which was started by a lesbian, that got them thinking a woman could do what a man could do. She could jump up and fight like a man can. No, you can't. Stay in a woman's place. Let the man be the protector.
And here's the thing. They could, I guarantee you, there are women who agree. They just don't like how he said it. Yeah, let me say it again. They don't disagree with what he's saying. They just don't like how he said it. Tone policing. Well, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. What did he say? What was the word that he said? Know your place. They're gonna take that as disrespectful. What do you mean, know my place? I am an adult. I am a grown woman at my big age. I am a grown woman. What do you mean, know my place? It means know your role. Don't step outside of your role that you don't need to. You operate best when you stand inside this box right here. But here's y'all issue. But I'm more than just that. Cool. That's fair. That's cool. Nobody's saying that you're not. But understand, you can still be more and still be within your realm and how you operate. You can still do exactly what you do and thrive in it and be more. But what the problem is y'all ego. That's all it is. It's your ego. Your ego cannot sit there and comprehend the fact that, listen, like y'all always say, y'all want to be in y'all feminine. You know, you want to be in your divine feminine, right? So how do you be in your divine feminine? By operating in that space. How do you operate in that space? Not only when a man comes around or a true masculine man to put you in it. I don't care what none of these feminine men talking about, what these feminist men are talking about. A woman that is feminine will always remain feminine, because make it make sense to me. How would it sound if I said, listen, man, I'm only gonna be masculine for the woman that's gonna make me masculine, that's gonna put me in my masculine energy. I'm only gonna be masculine. I'm gonna remain feminine. I'm gonna remain who I am until the most feminine woman comes over here and makes me a masculine man. How does that sound? They're gonna be like, boy, you sassy as hell. Like, boy, you sure you ain't playing for the other team? You know how many questions you're gonna get and how many side eyes you're gonna get if I said some shit like that. So it goes the same way for women. No, you don't become a you don't operate in your masculine and then all of a sudden this right man or this truly masculine man puts you in your feminine energy. You're supposed to already be there. That's why it never says he who findeth the husband findeth the good thing. He said he who findeth the wife findeth a good thing. We find that. So you already supposed to be operating in it, but y'all have gotten so far away from the path, it's hard to reel y'all back in. Some are getting it. Some are finding their way back to the trail. Some are finding it back, but some of y'all, the rest of y'all, some of y'all are hard-headed though. You're fighting against it. You want to be a contrarian so bad. You want to fight against it. You want to fight against it. But at the same time, you want to be a feminine woman. But you're going to fight against the very nature in which men are trying to tell you, because guess what? We're also trying to protect you too. Like, hey, shorty, you don't want this life over here. You don't want to be a man. You don't want that. You don't. The life of a man requires big shoulders to carry the brunt of the fucking work, to carry the brunt of the load. We are supposed to do that, not you. That's why we tell you stop being masculine. Because for one, you ain't finna whoop my ass. So why are you being masculine for? Sit your little ass down somewhere. Calm down. You ain't finna do nothing. Sit down. And just chill. Take a chill pill. Let me do what I do. And you do your thing. And you be best at what you do. And we operate this thing together. And we come together. And we make something great. It's simple, man. Why y'all make relationships so hard? Y'all make relationships hard. That's y'all problem. Y'all even got lesbians rethinking about dating y'all. That's crazy. So it can't be the men. It can't be. If you got real deal bull daggers out here like, hey man, y'all ladies something else out here. What you mean you ain't gonna spend no money on me? What you mean you can't take me out for once? What you mean you can't even just throw me a little money to get my hair cut? What you mean? Or what do you mean that me as a person who decided to come in your life and help you take care of your kids that aren't mine in the first place, and yeah, you still treat me the way you treat me? That's what the bull daggers are saying. So it ain't just the men telling y'all, because we aren't the ones complaining. We just are giving y'all rebuttals to everything that y'all complain about, and we're telling you why the reason is the way things are, because y'all made it that way, and we just adapt.
Stay in a woman's place. Let the man be the protector.
So very hot topic. I see where you're coming from. And I kind of feel like feminism did cause a little setback.
Exactly, Bull City. I don't need Shaq to be my point guard. I need Shaq to thrive under the paint. That's what he's best at. That's what he's best. I don't need him to get outside and shoot a three. I don't need you to do that. I don't need Chris Paul to get in the paint and post up. I don't need him. I need him to be the floor general. I need him to run my plays, get people open, create plays, be a playmaker. That's what I need you to do. LeBron James, wherever I need you to be at, that's what I need you to do. You're going to make shit happen. Michael Jordan, hey, big dog, I need you to get us a bucket. Kobe, I need you to get us a bucket. Yes, everybody on the court can get a bucket, I know. But at certain points, I'm going to need one person to do a certain thing. Chris Paul can get a bucket. LeBron James can get a bucket. Jordan can get a bucket. Kobe can get a bucket. But everybody can't get a bucket at once. So there's going to be a point in time where you're going to thrive. And I need y'all to operate. I need y'all to operate best where y'all are great at.
However, I feel like with the gender roles, if you say that gender roles have to come back into place, it's going to that's just like saying once you say it, there's no going back on it. So once we say that, then that's going to wipe. What do you not think that's going to wipe away feminism?
Modern feminism needs to be wiped away.
You don't agree with modern
It was terrible.
Okay.
So modern feminism came into play in the late 1960s, like around 1969, 1970, with a woman named Margaret Sloan.
Right.
She founded the National Black Feminist Organization. She hated men. All of the time where we see feminism, even when you go back to the 1800s with Elizabeth Stanton and Susan B. Anthony, they were white women who were racist, and their argument was with the white man. That had nothing to do with black people.
Right.
They didn't even like black people. They didn't even want Sojourner Truth to be a part of the movement. So you got racists and you got women that hated men starting a movement, and then you got modern women jumping on the movement. That makes no sense. Leave that alone. That got nothing to do with us. We need to love each other, understand one another, and move forward. That modern feminist movement is trash.
Make some noise. I'm gonna change gears a little bit. During a past interview, you said that the removal of black men from the family assisted with tearing down black families. So this is all public knowledge. You know this, I know this, I'm sure everybody in the room knows this. Yet the numbers have not increased with black families. Why is that?
The number's not increasing as far as what?
As far as the man in a household, marriage, two-parent households. We'll start there.
Because what they did worked. What you're saying, the time that they started the removal of black men out of the household with the man in the house law, where they literally rewarded women for kicking men out. They wouldn't give you government assistance if they found evidence of a man in the house. That came around at the same time where they started mass incarcerating men, black men. Shortly after that, you had the war on drugs in the 1980s where they started incarcerating, locking all our men up. So they've been at war with us, locking us up, We're warning our women for
No.
kicking us out the house.
I don't want to cut you off. I understand that. But my thing is, now we know, but the numbers still are not increasing. So why do you think that's still like going down?
Because nothing's changed since they put that into play.
Oh.
You still got women who will go out, get pregnant by a Pookie or Ray Ray,
Mm.
knowing he ain't shit because they know they get government assistance. They don't care if he there or not. They only make $15,000, $20,000 a year. They know he ain't going to take care of the kid, but they know they got that government assistance to lean on.
But I'll say this too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's at the same time, it's not always the women too. There are some dusty dudes out here too who ain't getting to it like they're supposed to. There are some guys out here who aren't taking care of business as they're supposed to. There are some men who are out here playing games and they keep dragging shorty along. I get that. I get both sides, right? I do. I understand it. So I think that if you're going to be in a relationship, you got to be in a relationship with intention, not just out of love, not just because this man got money in his pocket. I think both of y'all need to come in with the intention and understanding what you want out of this life, and then okay, I want this out of life, and he says I want this out of life. I bet. Does that align with each other? Okay, it aligns. Are you there yet? No, I'm not. Okay, bet. But hey, I'm digging you. I love your morals. I love the values that you have. I'm rocking with that. Now, how can we bring this together and how can we become more? How can we make this thing work between us two? How can we make it work? Because I need you to understand when this is the purpose that I'm going for. This is my purpose. Two of us can't be the head. We both can't be the head. We both cannot be the captain. Somebody has to be the co-captain. More times than not, it needs to be the man that's the captain and the woman's going to be the co-captain. Because we both have the same actual goal. Now, how do we get there? Okay, you as the woman, you understand you are the co-pilot, so you have to pay attention to all the things that the captain does not see. Because you have a very important role as well. Not just sitting back, living your soft life. Not right now. This ain't the time for it. This is not the time for it, because I know a lot of y'all want this man who's already established, who's already where he's at. But guess what? If you come into his life, guess what? There are going to be some things that you don't like that he's going to do and he's already used to. And you ain't coming in to change nothing. Nobody cares about your degrees. Nobody cares about your master's and your doctorate. He don't care. A man who's already established, who already got things going for himself, he don't care about that. He don't. Maybe a man that's making $30,000 a year, maybe he cares. Oh, damn, but she got a master's degree. Cool. That's for sure. Do. But how is that helping us move forward in life? What is that doing for us? What is that doing? So you went to school for all these years to get your doctorate just so a man could come and take care of you? Just to use that as a talking point for yourself? To say to prove how strong and educated and independent that you are? Or are you going to put that to use so that way we can get closer to our goal? Which one are we doing? What are we doing here? You got to let go of your ego when it comes to a relationship. It ain't about you no more. It's not. It ain't about you no more. It ain't about the things that you receive anymore. It's not. It's about what works. It's about what's best for us. Not for you, for us. Because you're supposed to have the conversation beforehand. You should already know what your morals and values are. You should already know what the plan is. You should already know what the goal is. And one couple that I can commend on that, because they do content creation as well. It's the Bailey podcast. I think it's called the Bailey Way podcast. They went viral. One of the reasons that they went viral is because every year, they would rent out an office, and then they would go have this entire whiteboard, and they start writing down the plan for the following year. What's our financial income goal? What bills and debt do we want? Where do we want to be at the end of this year? What's our plan? Okay, so what tactics are we going to do? How are we going to meet these goals? What are we going to take back, or what are we going to add, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? These are the things. You have to operate your marriage like a business. regardless of how you feel about it. Your marriage is a business and you need to operate it as such in order for it to keep it afloat. No matter how you feel about it, whether if you want to do it or not, that's what you got to do. You have to operate it as a business. And as you continue to keep operating it like a business, stop worrying about what's on the other side. Stop worrying about the grass that's green on the other side and focus on watering your own grass and making sure you maintain your green grass and watering it and nurturing it. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And keeping on task. Staying on task.
And so it's too many of us still relying on government assistance instead of getting a family, a black nuclear family, black man, black woman, black child, planning a household, planning a family, planning a pregnancy. They're just going to rely on government assistance. You keep relying on the system, they keep you locked in the system. You can't get out of it.
Do you think they should do away with government assistance?
That's a hard one because some people really need it. There's some people who, I come from humble beginnings. My parents wasn't on government assistance, but both of my parents were maintenance workers. My father ended up, getting investments and doing certain things later to be successful, but he never relied on that. My parents worked hard and stuff like that, but I know some families who really need it. But I think what we need to do, I think people need to plan their families. I'm tired of people having—
Not plan the family.
Yes, people need to plan their families, and you need to save money, have a certain amount of money saved before you even have a kid. I'm tired of seeing these struggle families and these struggle babies, and y'all broke up before the baby even get here.
Child.
I'm tired of seeing these baby showers and the father not even there. It's just a woman taking pictures by herself with her sister and the aunties and stuff like that. We need planned families, have some financial literacy, plan it, save some money, prepare for the child so that you can invest in your child. There's too many people that think having a child and just putting food on the table and clothes on their back is the end of it.
Right.
What about the resources? What can you provide your child?
Right.
Can you get that child to play a sport? Can they play an instrument? Can they learn an extra language? How do you invest in your child? What can you provide for your child other than food and water, the bare necessities? You got to do that. You literally have to by law.
Right.
What else can you provide for your child? Prepare for that child instead of just going out, having a good night of sex, getting pregnant, and then raising the next drug dealer or gangbanger.
Right. I love it. Very well said. Very compelling conversation. If you could begin a quiet movement to create—
Hey, that's fair. He cooking. Shout out to him, dog. Shout out to Will James. Shout out to Will James. He was out there cooking, bro. But there's facts though. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yeah. What we got? Okay, so look, I want to go to this. All right. I want to go to this. You know what? Let's get ratchet. Let's get ratchet for a second. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get ratchet. And then, we'll go over to talking about a little bit of the funds and the money-uns and stuff like that. All right. So I want to go to this other one on this other topic real quick. Tonight's conversation. I don't know, maybe it's my algorithm or something, but a lot more tonight's conversation videos have been popping up. And I thought one of these videos was interesting. So we're going to get into it and I'm going to give my thoughts and my opinions. All right. So let's go ahead and rock out.
Things that way.
So when they run into how does a man be a provider for a woman who's used to providing for herself financially, mentally, and spiritually?
You know what you can do? First, before you think about providing stuff, think about what you should not provide. Like, don't provide stress, embarrassment. Don't provide second guessing. Don't provide the fact that this woman can't trust you. So before we thinking about what we can provide, sometimes we need to think about the things we are providing that's taken away from her peace, her security, and her mental health. So before we get there, we always think about provision as being like a money thing. And the longer I live, the more I realize the provision is so much deeper. Nate, you think you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, for sure. I also believe that a lot of times women get comfortable in providing for themselves because they can't trust a man to do it. So when they run into a man that provides on a high level, I think it's safe to say that a lot of women want to be able to rest in their femininity.
Right.
But a lot of times, because a man is not showing that he's masculine enough, that he's safe enough, that he's reliable enough, she's like, well, he's not going to do it. I'm going to have to be the YN in the situation. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to have to be the real nigga in the situation. But when she runs into a man that is willing to provide on all the levels that she needs, and like you said, it's not just financial, it's spiritual. Right? It's emotional. You know what I'm saying? Is he safe? Right? Like, is he a man of his word? Is he a man of integrity? Right? Not listen, if he wants a Proverbs 31 woman that goes out into the marketplace, is he an Ephesians 5 man? You feel what I'm saying? That's what we need. And when she finds that man, I promise you, a woman is going to be willing to submit to that.
Clap it up, clap it up. Anybody else?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I know I'm going to be hated here. Nate, I agree with everything that you just said. And I don't want women that want a relationship to end up single because they think that it's up to a man to make them feminine. Some of us women are very much inside of our masculine, and no masculine man, which, by the way, that's the one that we want, the one with leadership, the one that wants to provide, the one that wants to give you that safety. He's not going to choose you if you're in your masculine, waiting on him to put you in your feminine when he has the option of all the feminine women anyway.
Exactly.
So we got to make sure that we are that Proverbs 31 woman, which was respected in the town, which did work for herself, which did smell like fine oils, which was in the finest linens. We got to show up as that version, kind, compassionate, loving, and nurturing, and not wait on a man to make us that way, because survival will try to make you hard. It has to be an intention for you to be soft.
Kara, what's up?
I like that.
Kara, what happened?
I like that.
What happened?
What the fuck do you be talking about? Okay, so the question, how do you show up to provide for a woman that is used to providing for herself? The first thing you can look at is the things in the areas where she may be lacking and pull up and provide those things that she's not realizing that she needs because she hasn't had you yet. There are a lot of things that you don't realize you need until somebody is able to come and get that for you. There are a lot of things that you don't realize you're lacking in until somebody shows up and pulls that area for you, right? So as a man, as a leader, she may feel like she's this ultimate provider and she has everything on her own. That does not exist. Women need men need women. We all know this. Right. So the first thing you can do is assess that woman and go, okay, she feels like she's independent. Let me show her where she needs me and why she needs me, and just pull up and do that for her off strength.
You don't need to. Here's the thing. I think we're too busy trying to. We're too busy to try to force what we are. If you're a masculine man, you're a masculine man no matter where you go in the world. You're always going to be a masculine man. You're going to be who you are. And if it works for that woman, it don't. If it works for it, works for it. If it don't, it don't. You're going to be a masculine man regardless. This is what I'm talking about. It's always a condition as to somebody has to come in and make you think otherwise. Somebody has to come in and change your mind. Instead of going into something with a clean slate. Listen, bro, you as a woman, you gonna remain feminine all the time. I don't care if you work. I don't care if you pay your own bills. You decided to leave out of your parents' household. You decided to go live on your own. So you got to take care of your responsibility as what? A freaking adult. You have to take care of your responsibilities, or guess what? You're going to be on the side of the road. So you have to handle your business. That doesn't always come with masculinity. You can still work a job and be as feminine as they come. Be as feminine as they come. But y'all be listening to all of these different talking points that a lot of people have. Oh, girl, you're masculine because you're paying bills and you're taking care. You got to. You decided to go and buy that expensive apartment, knowing that you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. You decided to go buy that new vehicle that you know you can barely afford, instead of sitting back and like, you know what? I'm not going to spend all my money on this. Listen, matter of fact, I'm about to go back home and live with my parents. Or if you can't, there's no reason to, if you have a good paying job, there's no reason to go and get a job or go and get a home that's damn near gonna end your paycheck on the first time you get paid. That doesn't make sense to me, bro. I don't understand how is it that y'all still equate masculinity to paying bills. A masculine man is a masculine man, a feminine woman is a feminine woman. And both should always operate in that. Now I get it. I know some of y'all going, oh, well, there's masculine in every woman, there's feminine in every man. I understand that, but guess what? Men carry more testosterone in their bodies than women do. Women have more estrogen in their bodies than they do, but we both have, guess what? Testosterone and estrogen. So as a man, you have more testosterone as a man, or at least you should. So you should always operate in your masculine. Stop with this Captain Save-A-Ho shit. Do what you're supposed to do as a woman. He does what he's supposed to do as a man. Y'all come together and y'all make some shit happen. Simple as that. Stop making dating so difficult. It's not, bro. It's not a freaking puzzle. Let's be real. Dating ain't a puzzle, dog. It's really not. It's really not. Dating is not a puzzle. It's not that hard. Y'all make it hard. Y'all listening to too many people. You're trying to equate your lifestyle or put your lifestyle or compare your lifestyle to somebody else's lifestyle when your lifestyle ain't nothing like that. This person making $100 million a year, you try to compare your life to that, and you only making $40,000 a year. It don't work like that, shorty. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And you average looking. You ain't even working out. You ain't going to the gym. You ain't doing none of that. You got shorties out here who built upside down up here talking about they deserve $1 million man. Man, if you don't get out of my face, talking that nonsense, listen, I go to an area all the goddamn time. There's a difference. When you go to Scottsdale, Arizona, in the areas of in the Biltmore area, damn near every woman that you see in the Biltmore area is in shape. Old, young, and middle aged. In shape. Fit. We're not talking about skinny. We talk about lifting weights. They in shape. You see the cuts, you see all of it. Now, some of it, a lot of them got plastic surgery too. I understand that, but we ain't talking about that. But they work out on a consistent basis. Then you go to other parts of Phoenix, Arizona, where shorties are built like water balloons. They build upside down. They just build all kind of ways. And it's like, I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I see the difference. And it's the same thing with the men. You go to certain areas and these men look all ratchet. They just dress like whatever. They ain't in shape. They ain't taking care of themselves. None of that. Then you go over here to Biltmore, Arizona. You go over here to Biltmore. Guess what? Dudes dressed to the nines. They looking good. They smelling good. They man it. You know what I'm saying? They got the manicures done. They everything lined up, in shape, all of it. So I'm not gonna sit here and continue to keep having this conversation about, oh, well, it's the masculine man. Now, mind you, they still have these conversations over there too about masculinity and femininity, or women can do this. They still have that feminism shit going on over there too. I'm not gonna disregard that, but it remains the same. It remains the same across the board. You should always be feminine. That doesn't mean that you're a walkover. That doesn't mean you're a doormat. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means you are operating the way that you're supposed to operate. Just because he's a masculine man, that doesn't mean that he's a Neanderthal, that he just, I'm a man. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. We're not talking about the dumb jocks here. The ones who just, hey, yeah, I play sports and I'm just muscular. We're not talking about the Johnny Bravos. We're not talking about them.
Another thing that you can do when you are talking about a woman who has been in this survival mode for a long time is not penalize her for any perceived masculinity. Because a lot of the times, this world makes us feel like if you're masculine, no one will ever want you. Every woman has masculinity in her until a real masculine man comes. Femininity only has a place to thrive when masculinity is present to protect it. It's not always safe to be soft.
Bro, what are you talking
Now
about?
there's no
Man, look at man, hell no.
man's job to get you there. But if you get there and you realize your woman is doing too much, that's when you show up and you alleviate some of that pressure off her and watch how soft she becomes.
Ladies, SD, what's up?
That's about the dumbest shit I've ever heard. See what I'm saying, bro? It just that's what I'm saying, real life, PJ. Here's what I'm saying. Why does everything have to be survival mode? Why is everything survival mode? Oh, when the she's in survival mode. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. Not when she's going to brunch every Sunday, kicking it with the girls, having mimosas and drinks. Or when they kicking it when they get off work, having their wine and then watching Love Island, and then making TikToks about it, talking about Love Island. Oh, girl, look what happened on Love Island. Oh my God, he's on my all that BS. They ain't struggling. They ain't in survival mode, man. They're not. They're not in survival mode. They're not in survival mode at all. Let alone a lot of them up here talking about they decentering the men. Which is cool. Like, hey, go ahead, decenter us. Fine with us. We kicking it anyway. Here's the thing. We gonna do what we do anyway. Whether y'all are here or not. We gonna do what we do. Whatever that looks like. A man who lives by himself, guess what? If he ain't getting no boss, guess what he gonna do? 9 times out of 10, he gonna go home. He probably gonna grab him a drink and he gonna play the video game all day. Or if he's somebody he wants more out of life and he just like, hey man, I gotta get to it. Guess what he gonna do? He gonna go to the gym. He gonna come home. He gonna work. He gonna focus on his other business. Then he gonna continue to keep trying to build that until he gets to a point where he don't need his job no more. He can work on his business, his side business. That becomes his full-time thing, and he focuses on that the entire time. I'm not trying to hear this survival mode crap. Every woman is not in survival mode. Every woman that's single is not in survival mode. That's not. And I don't care where you are in your survival mode. You should always still be feminine. There are men out here who are in survival mode, but guess what? They're not struggling with masculinity or femininity. They're just doing what they got to do to take care of business, to make sure that they keep that roof over their head and make sure they got food on the table, making sure they got money in their pocket. That's what they're doing, because guess what they're doing? They're being responsible adults. But we always gotta throw some BS in there. Oh, well, they're in survival mode. They're out here struggling because there's not a right man that's walking around here. And then, when you understand that when the woman's out here, she's in her survival mode, a man is supposed to come in. He's supposed to see where she lacks, and then he comes in and pulls his masculinity. He throws that masculine energy in it and takes her, and so she can thrive in her femininity. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's dumb. It doesn't make sense. It does not make any sense to me. What you mean? What you mean, Rod? What you mean you trying to be like me? I'm trying to be like you, big dog. I'm trying to get like you, homie.
Listen, don't show up over here like He-Man, all right? That's not what she's talking about.
No.
But for the guys, this is why it's important for men to have things more than money. That they can fall back on as far as providing, to be able to provide leadership, to be able to provide integrity, to be able to provide discipline for children and be a good dad and all these here other things. That way you don't have to ask yourself certain questions, because you know that you provide other things more than money, because women making money now. A lot of them don't need your money, so you have to be able to fall back on things.
If they don't need your money, why they still asking for it?
You lying to me? You lying?
If they don't need your money, why they still asking for it? If they're so strong and independent, because guess what? Somebody gonna see this video and they're like, oh, you sassy because you want a woman to spend money. No. I'm asking a question. If they're so strong and independent, they make their own money, they don't need our money. So how come they ain't taking men out on dates? How come they ain't paying for the meal, but they want the man to pay for the meal? How come on Valentine's Day they ain't buying that man a gift, but they want the man to do everything, go above and beyond for them? How come they ain't doing that? I'm curious. This ain't got nothing. This don't have nothing to do with what I personally do. I'm speaking in general here. So why is it that I see a ton of women out here talking about these men ain't paying for dinner no more? They ain't taking you out on proper days. Or I need a man that's at least spend $500 on me. If he ain't gonna break bread on me, then I don't know what kind of. I don't do coffee dates because I hold myself to a certain standard. But yeah, you're supposed to be independent, right? You make your own money. You don't need my money. So why are you asking for it? Oh, my bad. Because if I listen to you, then that I'm not a real man because I'm not taking you out on a date and I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on you on a date when I just met you. Oh, okay. So that's what we doing. So that's what we doing. Like, I hear you. Shout out to you, Soft Rain. I appreciate you. I'll be reading that super chat in a minute. But y'all see what I'm saying, real life, PJ? I'm trying to make it make sense to me. Because I'm gonna be 110% clear. I'm gonna bring y'all in on my little life a little bit. I'm not paying for your drinks. I don't care who you are. If you ain't my lady, I ain't paying for your drink. If I'm not interested in you and I'm not trying to truly get to know you, I'm not paying for your drink just because you're a woman. I'm not doing that. What I look like? Oh, you must be a broke. No, ain't got nothing to do with me being broke. It just got something to do with my standards. I don't have to pay you. I don't have to buy you a drink if I don't want to. It's my money. I work my ass off to make my money. So what makes you think that you deserve it? Dog, I saw a TikTok video today. I might have to go to it. Man, if I can find it. Oh, if I can find it. Oh, I hope I can find it. If I can find it, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. It's crazy. The same conversation that men been saying this entire time, now you see other women saying it too. If I can find the video, I'm going to watch. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this joint. Let me see. Watch history. Ooh, can I find it? Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Okay, almost there. I think we almost there. There it is. Yeah, let's find it. Yeah. Shout out to you, real life PJ. I'll be reading that in a minute, bro. Fukari says, I was in grind mode when I was single, no time for relationships. When building an empire, relationships require so many sacrifices that most women don't understand what all men sacrifice to be present. That's a fact. That's another myth too. The chicks are broker than ever. Stop with all these women get a bag lie. That's facts. My wife paid for me this weekend in NYC for my B-Day. See, that's what I'm saying. See, wifey doing wifey things like she's supposed to, bro. Shout out to the wifey, Rob Brown. Shout out to the wifey because she appreciates her man and she pouring into her man just as the man is pouring into her. Shout out to her. You feel me? Oh, listen, I found the video. Y'all. Let me go to it. I found the video. Now, there was a point that men got demonized for this. Men got demonized for it. Now you got other women doing the exact same thing that we were doing at one point. But I don't hear nobody getting demonized for it. Wow, watch this.
You, if you aren't a competitor, I need to know you willing to fight for it. I need to know. You need to compete. Your homeboy wants me. Everybody wants me. What makes you different? What are you bringing to the table? Okay.
Black people are.
Y'all heard that?
I cannot.
What do you bring to the table? At one point, men were getting demonized for saying, what is it that you bring to the table? What is it about you that would make me say, you know what? I'm done talking to all these other women. and I'm gonna choose you. This is what I'm talking about, bro. It never makes sense. It never made sense to me. You say you Gucci on her voice alone? And the thing is, she cute as hell too. But that's the thing. If a man said it, all hell gonna break loose. All hell is gonna break loose. No, y'all, man, see, if you broke, just say that. What you mean? If you can't get women, just say that. What you mean? What I bring to the table? I am the table. In Leslie Jones' voice, I am the table. What you mean? But then when we tell you that you gotta compete, like, hey, shorty, don't act like you the only one that got motion going on over here. Cool, you look good, but guess what? I can find 10 more of you over here that's willing to do more than what you doing. They just waiting for an opportunity. So what is it what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? Are you a competitor? Are you gonna compete? Do you have the wherewithal? Do you have the bandwidth to compete and understand that, listen, at any given moment, these shorties is ready to take your place. So you're gonna have to be a competitor. What you doing? Are you a competitor? You feel me?
That make you a man, because the money don't. The money just helps you along while you are a man. I'm not saying that to show up broke, but you have to have other things of substance in order to be a leader in a relationship with a woman.
Okay, Kayla, what's up?
Yo, he ate down. Like
ate down.
Those are my thoughts. I think that the biggest issue is
he ate down.
A lot of time when a man comes in and wants to provide, the provisions do center a lot around money. I need your emotional provision. I need your spiritual provision. That is valuable to me. So I'm going to praise you more for those than your money on every single day. But in order to be there emotionally and spiritually for a person, you got to pay attention. And paying attention, people don't have enough money to pay attention.
That's true. Yeah, I want to go ahead.
Real quick, can we talk about spiritual provision for a second? Can we just take
Come
a
on.
minute and talk about that? You know, it is written that a man is supposed to be the king and the priest of his household. Yes. Right? I think for a lot of people, they understand, or a lot of men, you know, they gloat in the opportunity.
But he trying too hard to be like on Trip. He trying too hard to be smooth with it. You know, if you try to, let's talk about the king in the presence of man. You know what I'm saying? That, let's talk about the Bible. Let's talk about spirituality for a minute. You know, if you talk, like, hey, fam, just talk, bro. Like, you don't got to do all that smooth shit, bro. I get it, big dog. I feel you. You don't got to do all that. You don't got to do all that, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about let's talk about the spirituality, you know what I'm saying? Because the way that God moves, God moves in mysterious ways, and you got to understand that, as a man, we are the king, and the woman, and she's our neck, and we got to move accordingly in life. And calm down, brother. Calm down, brother. You sounded too much like you got too many candles in your house. Relax.
To be a king, but I don't see enough men talking about the importance of being a priest of his household. A priest is one that stands before God and man to make intercession for them, right? So if something is going on in your family, if the household is off, if the spiritual climate of the household is not where it's supposed to be, that man is supposed to kneel before God on behalf of his family. He's supposed to go to God for them and say, God, can you fix the things that money can't fix? Can you fix the things that a psychologist can't fix? Can you fix the things in my family that's going crazy? I feel like men need to begin to stand up and take their rightful place. And a lot of times it's not about going higher, it's about going lower. A man that kneels before.
And the women eating that up too. The women, yes. Listen, it ain't about going up, it's about getting lower. Yes. They eating it up, bruh. They eating it up. Listen, Soft Ray, I can tell he a lover boy. I can tell he a lover boy. I can tell. We know them lover boys. They come in with that soft. They come in with that soft tone. You know what I'm saying? They try to be real smooth, calm, and collect. You know what I'm saying? I had my sage this morning. You know what I'm saying? I sprayed my sage all across the, you know what I'm saying, all across the room and things like that. So, you know, it ain't about how high you can go. It's about how low you can get. The girl's like, yes, yes, yes.
God can stand before men.
But see that
boys.
takes a spirit of servitude. A lot of times when people want to be the leader and the master, they think this means that they are being served, but it's actually a position of servitude that you have to that person that you're serving. Even if you're a teacher, you really are in service to your student. But a lot of times we think teacher and we think authority. So a lot of times when brothers find out that part of this leadership is service, they're not as excited to lead.
Oh, that's cap. Most men already understand. Most men come into relationships already ready to serve the woman. They already come into the relationship pretty much putting that woman on the pedestal. Why do you think there's a such thing called simps? Why do you think there's a such thing called simps? Because they're ready to put that woman on the pedestal. They're ready to serve that woman, right? So they have half of it, right? But the other half is not being reciprocated. They don't understand. The women don't understand. They just want to receive, correct? They want to receive. They want to receive. They want to receive, but they're not serving the man. That's the part that they aren't talking about. You also have to serve the man too. You have to serve him, right? God serves us. We serve God. Correct? It's a give and give. It's a give and give, give and give, give and give. Not give and take, give and give. You give to me, I give to you. That's what pouring into each other means. I pour into you, you pour into me. I serve you, you serve me. But the issue that we're having, many women want to be served all the time, but they don't want to serve the men. And that's where the line has been drawn. Nobody wants to cross that line. That's why we call the men. That's why there's a thing called simps. Like, hey fam, why you simping over there? You putting her on the pedestal, but she ain't giving you nothing back in return. She's not giving you nothing. She done put you in the friend zone. You over here doing everything for her. You may be you may be the right one that she needs, but she can't see it. Because she don't understand how to serve a man. She don't understand what that is because she thinks she a slave. She think that means being a slave to the man that she's supposed to love, care, and adore. She think that's being a slave. And that's the problem with relationships. It's always give and take. Give and take. The man gives, the woman takes. And I'm not talking, and of course, you know, we're smart here. We're smart here on the Courtney show. You know, and of course, if you're part of the ENG community, you're smart enough to know that it's not all. But we understand the ones that are complaining about these relationships, they always want to take, they don't ever give. They don't never serve. They don't understand what servitude actually means. Because it's always seen as slavery or control. And it's not. So make sure when we have these conversations, make sure we talk about both sides of the aisle. Both sides. Not just one side. Not just one side. Because every man ain't perfect. Every woman ain't perfect.
Provide when that means that you actually have to pay attention enough. You have to study who you are serving. If you don't study who you're serving, how are you going to serve them adequately?
You know,
facts, Rob.
Clap it up. 20 seconds. I understand everything that we said.
You go.
Yep, facts.
I just want to give space for how heavy
facts.
Actually leading and providing is. The pressure to keep the lights on, the pressure to make sure the mortgage is paid, the pressure to foresee and protect your family.
Facts.
It's a hard, heavy thing. And sometimes when we have these conversations, we minimize it, like it's more the money, but all the things.
You say the word submission. Oh yeah, they're gonna damn you to hell. 1000%. You say the word submission, oh yeah, you done lost them over their head. It's done.
Go into that, need some space to breathe. So I just don't want to gloss over it, because here's the thing. During dating, that is not glossed over. If you don't have certain things financially and physically to show a woman your fitness, she won't get to how emotionally in tune you are. So it's a lot of pressure for men to show up in those ways, because if you don't, you won't get chosen. A lot of these women in this room is going to be like, I don't give a fuck if he got a job or not. I want a nigga to emotionally understand me. And you just capping for the cameras. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey y'all, my name Keisha. My question is privacy in a relationship healthy, or does it open doors for
Okay, I'm a pause right there, because you know what I'm saying, I just want to talk about that one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification, my good people.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Word. Let me read some of these super chats.
Yeah, you right, man. Making money is me, man. 10 years, man, you're gonna have matching Benzes. 10 years? Nigga, more like 10 days, man. 10 days.
Shout out to Soft Rain with the umbrellas in the rain. I appreciate you for the $1.99, shorty. I appreciate you for showing love. Shout out to my guy, Real Life PJ, for the $4.99. He says, for the collection plate. Appreciate y'all, family. Appreciate y'all, family. Listen, I'm gonna make y'all a promise, and look, y'all hold me accountable to it. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna stop mentioning money. I'm gonna stop mentioning money to y'all. I don't think it's fair to y'all. I don't think it's fair at all to ask y'all for money, right? I was doing it at first. I was doing it, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna make sure, listen, because y'all work y'all ass off to work y'all jobs and do what it is that y'all gotta do. And ain't no telling, I don't know what y'all got going on in life. So if you decide to give it, that lets me know you truly rocking with your boy. I'm not gonna ask for it. All right. So I want y'all to hold me accountable. And if I do ask for it, hold me accountable to the, hey dog, you up here asking for money, bro. We don't do that in the ENG community because it's earned, not given. All right. So hold me accountable to it. But I do appreciate y'all showing love. What's it? My guy Rob Brown says that's why they don't want to read Ephesians 5:22. As soon as they submit, as soon as he submit, they throw the Bible out the window. Listen, they throw that joint out the window like Jim Carrey did on The Mask. Like he threw that mug out the window. Like, man, I ain't got time for this. Tariffs are an exception. That's true. Listen, you gotta listen. You come here talking crazy. Listen, you're gonna have to pay me a tariff. 1000%. That's the only exception. Tariff. I'm charging tariffs. You come in here talking reckless, you talking out of pocket, tariff. 100%. Hold on, man. Give me a second. I'm trying to find this dude. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Cause I wonder what happened to the show that Anton had with what's her name? With what's her name? I can't think of Shorty's name. What's her name? It was a live show. Lip service? No, it ain't. I said lip service. What's old girl name? No, not Q. No, not Q. It was Shorty that they had it was a live show that they had. They did it for a little bit. It didn't last that long. Randy, that's her name. Randy. What happened with that show? I'm curious. I wanted to know. Yeah, there you go. Let's rant about it. That's the one. Let's rant about it. I wonder what happened to that show, because I've been seeing Randy pop up in a minute. I've been seeing Randy pop up again on my feed. Maybe it's old. I'm not sure. I don't pay attention to it like that. I wonder what happened with that show. It must have been some falling outs or something. Or somebody was feeling some type of way. Oh, they just stopped showing up. That's crazy. They just stopped showing up. That's egregious. I'm trying to find my dog. If he can hurry up and hit me back. Let me see real quick. I cannot think of it. He said something Henny. Listen, sometimes I be nosy for real. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I be nosy as hell sometimes. I be trying to figure out stuff. I be trying to get hints. Like, hey man, what happened with X, Y, Z? What happened with that situation? I ain't gonna lie. I be nosy, man. I'm telling you, I get nosy sometimes. I really do. Let me see if I can find it. She seems like a management nightmare. Probably, dog. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm pretty. That's probably. She look like a lot to deal with. Business wise, she looked like a lot to deal with. Because I guarantee she got a rebuttal for everything. Guarantee it. Rebuttal for everything. Let me see. Yeah, she did. Yeah, that's what I saw too. Completely rebranded. Man, my dog ain't hit me back yet. Man, hold on. Let me call this fool real quick, man. Y'all hold on. Yeah, here. Give me a second. All right, cool. Listen, your boy gotta go to the bathroom real quick. So I'm gonna play some music with y'all. So this is a new guy's this is one of the guys that my homeboy told me about. And I told him I'd play his music on my channel one good time because I ain't gotta worry about copyright strikes, so we ain't gotta worry about that. So I'm gonna play it and then I'll be right back. All right. That's his name? Oh, there it is. Fam, what you mean? What Q spilled it all? Spill what? What she do? About the Randy situation? Oh no. Did she? Fuck. Man, listen. You gotta find me. You gotta find me that. I gotta listen, real life PJ. I need you to send me that link. I gotta find it. I want to hear that. I missed it. I missed it. Nah, it's not Slave of Christ music. Nah, it's not. It looked like it, huh? It does look like it. Yeah, you gotta send me that link. You gotta send me that on real life, PJ. Cause I want to see that. I want to see that. But let me go to this next topic real quick. Let me go to this next topic. Oh, do I want to go to this one? Nah, I think we good on talking about the women for right now. Let's go to something else. Let's talk about something else. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what do we want to do? Do we want to go to? I'm gonna read y'all off the titles and y'all tell me which one y'all want to go into. I quit my 9 to 5. Now I'm struggling on YouTube. Why influencers are quitting and going back to 9 to 5 in 2026. Or your life if you start a business after your 9 to 5 in your 20s. Which one? I'm gonna read it off again. The first one, I quit my 9 to 5. Now I'm struggling on YouTube. Second one, why influencers are quitting and going back to 9 to 5 in 2026. And the last one, your life is your start. Your life if you start a business after your 9 to 5 in your 20s. You say three, Bull City? Okay. Last one, Fukari. All right. Say last one. All right. Say less. Say less. Say less. Now this one is. It sounds like it's a little bit more AI, but we're gonna try to get through it. We're gonna try to get through it, man. All right, we're gonna try to get through it. So y'all bear with me on this. We're gonna listen to the message. We're not gonna focus too much on the visual. All right, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna dive into it. We'll give our thoughts and opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
25 years old. You leave the office at 5:47 p.m. not because your work is done, but because staying longer won't change the number on your paycheck, and you have somewhere else to be. You sit in your car in the parking garage for 4 minutes before starting the engine. You are not resting, you are switching. Somewhere between the elevator and the driver's seat, you are trying to become a different version of yourself. One that has energy left, one that has ideas left, one that can open a laptop at 7 p.m. and build something that isn't someone else's. This is the life you chose, or the life you are choosing. Present tense, ongoing, not yet decided, or still in the part where it could go either way. You go home, you eat something fast, you open the laptop. You have 2 hours before your brain stops cooperating. This is where it starts. Not with a launch, not with a logo, not with a business plan formatted neatly in a Google Doc. It starts in a parking garage at 5:47 p.m. with a person who is tired and doing it anyway. Nobody knows you are doing this. That is not an accident. You made a decision early, maybe instinctively, not to tell people until there is something to tell. Partly because you are not sure it will work. Partly because explaining it would require energy you cannot spare. Partly because you have watched people announce things and then quietly stop and you do not want to be that story. So you build in the dark. After work, on weekends, during lunch breaks when your colleagues are talking about the show everyone is watching. You are present in the room and somewhere else entirely. You are doing math in your head. You are drafting copy in the Notes app on your phone. You are a person with a second life that has not yet earned the right to be called a business. The first version of what you make is not good. You know this. You release it anyway because you have read enough to know that waiting for good is how people wait forever. You charge too little because charging more feels dishonest when you are this new. You underestimate how long everything takes. The logo takes a week. The website takes 3. The first client takes 2 months of outreach and 1 lucky introduction from someone who owed you a conversation. The first payment arrives. It is $340. You screenshot it, you send it to nobody because nobody would understand why $340 looks like proof of something. It is the first time money.
Fam, listen. Hey, hold on. I don't know how many of y'all can relate to this. I don't know how many people can relate to this. I don't know how many people who are going to rewatch this or would not clip this video up. I don't know how many people can relate to this. But I know that I can relate to this situation. Starting out, trying to figure things out, trying to figure out what I know I'm destined for more. I know I can do more. There is something out here that I can do that I know that I can truly enjoy and be consistent with doing. And then once you get the proof of concept, and this is why I like using the YouTube channel. It's one of those things, you know how somebody, when they enjoy doing something or they enjoy the things that they do, they light up and then they start talking about it and they always reference it because it's something that they enjoy. There's something that they love doing. And I think that's what this is for me. When I created the YouTube channel, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I couldn't fathom 1,000 subscribers. I couldn't. I was like, 1,000 subscribers, that seemed hard, bro. On YouTube, that's hard. Let alone 2,000. And so then once I got the 1,000 and then I got my first check off of YouTube, I was like, hey, yo, this ain't a lot, but hey, this isn't life changing, but it's a proof of concept. It's like, dog, I just made money just sitting on camera, having a conversation, reacting to videos. I just made some bread. Dang near free. Listen, it's almost free to just come in here and just say, you know what? I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna find some topics to talk about, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it, whether people agree with it or disagree with it or are indifferent about it. I'm just gonna come. Pause. The fact that I don't think some people are gonna grasp this because they're still sitting and waiting, trying to figure things out. They're still waiting for it to be perfect. They're still waiting. Dog, I can't tell y'all what I felt when I first got my first check, my first YouTube check. Again, it ain't 6 figures yet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't 5 figures yet. It ain't even 4 figures yet, right? We still in the 3 figures. But let alone the fact that I'm making money doing something outside of working a 9 to 5. It's proof of concept. And we just continuously keep refining and rebuilding and growing and building, refining, fine-tuning, tailoring here, changing things here, keeping things over here or changing things over there. And the fact is, I enjoy doing it. It's not a chore to me. It's like, I enjoy doing this. Now, I can't build in the dark. I need people to do the tech stuff. I have a childhood friend that remote takeovers my computer. Hey, for real. Hey, listen, I'm with that. Never be embarrassed about doing better for yourself. Oh, I'm never embarrassed. The light up me with stocks and real estate. Facts, man. Weekend checks now. Let's go. Keep my cut into the compounds. Hey, feel it. I feel it. Facts. You feel me?
Moved in your direction because of a decision you made outside of a salary structure. It is small and it is everything. You are still employed. This matters more than most people admit when they tell the story later. The job is not the enemy. The job is the infrastructure. It pays your rent while the business pays nothing or close to nothing.
Yep.
It keeps the survival math from contaminating the creative math. The worst decisions entrepreneurs make are the ones made from desperation. And you are not yet desperate because the direct deposit hits every 2 weeks regardless of what the side project does.
Right.
This is the underrated gift of the 9 to 5 in the early season. It gives you permission to be patient, to price things correctly instead of cheaply, to turn down bad clients because you do not need the money badly enough to tolerate them, to build the thing properly instead of quickly. The cost is time, always time. You have colleagues who leave at 5 and go to the gym and watch something, and go to sleep at a reasonable hour and wake up without a second agenda. You do not resent them. You watch them and you make a calculation, and the calculation keeps coming out the same way. You are not willing to trade the thing you are building for the evenings. Not yet, not while it is still becoming something. Your social life compresses, not dramatically. You do not disappear. You just start to triage. You only attend the dinners that matter. The ones that are comfortable habit rather than genuine connection, you quietly stop showing up to and nobody says anything because everyone is busy and busyness is the universal excuse that nobody questions. You are not sacrificing your life. You are editing it. There is a difference and you need to believe in the difference to keep going. The business makes $1,200 in a single month, then $400 the next, then $1,800, then $200 because a client you were counting on went quiet and did not respond to 3 follow-ups, and eventually you stopped sending them. This is the pattern nobody prepares you for, not the growth, the irregularity. The income from a business in its first year does not look like a salary. It looks like a seismograph. It spikes and drops and spikes again, with a logic that is only visible in retrospect. You live inside it in real time, and real time is disorienting. You make a spreadsheet. You track every dollar in and every dollar out. You start to see the shape of it, the clients that come back and the ones that don't. The services that sell without much effort and the ones you have to push and negotiate and still lose. The spreadsheet becomes a map. And the map starts to tell you something, and what it tells you is 2 of the 5 things you are offering are generating 80% of the revenue. You stop doing the other 3. This is the first real business decision you make, and it feels like deletion, but it is actually focus. And focus is the thing that separates the businesses that scale from the ones that stay small forever. At month 9, a client refers you to another client without you asking. This is the signal. Not the referral itself, but what it means. Somebody received enough value from what you built that they voluntarily told someone else about it. The product is working. The word of mouth is starting. The machine has a pulse. You are at a work event. A colleague asks what you do outside of work. You pause. The pause lasts half a second, but you feel it. You are deciding whether to say it out loud. You say it. You say you run a small business on the side. They ask what kind. You explain, and their face does one of 3 things: genuine curiosity, polite interest that is actually indifference, or a specific kind of skepticism that arrives wearing the costume of a reasonable question. The skepticism sounds like, is that actually making money? Or isn't that a lot to manage on top of a full-time job? Or the most revealing one, what does your manager think about that? You answer calmly. You are not offended. You are taking notes. The people who ask what your manager thinks have organized their entire professional identity.
He said, been building businesses for 20 years. He isn't wrong about patterns influencing giving up or focusing on 1 or 2 facets of the business. Yeah, that's true. I think that's the point that I'm getting to now when it comes to this channel. When it comes to this channel as well, I'm starting to dial in. And I think one thing I need to also do is track it a little bit better too. I think that's where one of my Achilles heels to track it just a little bit better. I'm doing pretty good with the tracking and understanding what is hitting and what's not, but also it's still too early to really tell, right? Because YouTube is a different beast. But also in this regard too, what he's just talking about when you're at work, because a lot of people they are nosy and they ask questions like, "Hey, man, well, like, what you got going on outside of here?" I mean, some people continue to keep on peeling back the onion. Some people, they randomly found my channel and they're like, "Oh shoot, bro, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel," or "Dang, I like what you're talking about on your YouTube channel." Or some people just genuinely ask like, "Hey man, I'm pretty sure like you seem like you have something else going on outside of here. What is it that you got going on?" Like, nothing for like, "Nah, what you got going on?" I was like, "Well, I own a media production company." A media production company? Well, like, what is it? Like, what is it about? Well, I typically I have videos. I produce videos. I produce videos talking about culture, money, and accountability topics. Oh, really? So is that so? Where do you promote these videos? I say, well, I have them on YouTube. Oh, really? That's pretty dope. Like, are you actually making money from that? Like, how many subscribers do you have? I'm like, well, I'm almost we're trending up to 3,000 right now. What? 3,000? And what's crazy to me, they look at 3,000. Me in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm still in my infancy stage. They look at 3,000 like, what? 3,000? How do you get 3,000? Because they can't even fathom that. Like 3,000. I'm like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, but I'm like, you getting excited shit. I ain't nowhere near where I need to be. But I feel it though.
Identity around permission, and they cannot imagine building something that does not require it. This is useful information, not about them, about the distance you have already traveled without noticing. The identity problem is this: you are no longer fully the person who just has a job, and you are not
yet. Like, we won't get it here. Like, this one ain't paying for it.
Yet fully the person who has a business. You are in between, liminal, and the in between is uncomfortable because it has no social script. People understand employees. People understand entrepreneurs. Nobody has a clean category for the person eating a sad desk lunch while quietly building something that might change their life. You live in the gap, you get used to it, and you stop needing the category.
Facts.
Something
Facts,
changes in
Perry.
year 2 that
That's facts. If you ain't building your own business, what you doing? Whether you start just doing it for an hour, then you ramp up over time. You got to start building your own, man. You got to start building your own thing.
you cannot fully explain when it happens. The business starts pulling instead of pushing. In year 1, you were pushing constantly. Outreach, follow-up, pitching, convincing, and chasing. In year 2, things start coming to you, not in large volumes, not effortlessly, but the direction of effort shifts. You are no longer only hunting, you are also being found. Your revenue in month 19 is $4,200. It is more than your monthly take-home from the job. You sit with this number for a long time. You do not immediately do anything about it. You let it sit there and you look at it and you try to understand what it means.
Hey, bro, send it to me in my Discord, bro. Tap in with me in the Discord. I'll put the link in here. Let me put the link in here real quick. Boom, there you go.
Means practically is that you now have 2 income streams and one of them has a higher ceiling than the other. What it means psychologically is harder to articulate. It means the idea you had in a parking garage at 5:47 p.m. was not delusional. It means the hours were not wasted. It means something you built with your own logic, your own decisions, your own stubborn refusal to stop is now generating real money without a salary structure attached to it. That is a different relationship with your own capability than anything a performance review has ever given you. You do not quit the job yet. The business has had 1 good month. 1 good month is a data point. You need a pattern. You are not reckless with this. You are building, you are watching, and you are waiting for the pattern to confirm itself before you make the irreversible move.
Listen, all I'm saying is once you get to I think Anton said it best. Shout out to Anton Daniels. I think he said it best though. Make enough money on your side job to the point where your side job, to the point where your actual job is getting in the way of you making more money. Say it again. Make enough money on your side hustle to the point where your actual job, your actual 9 to 5 is getting in the way of you making more money. And typically speaking, you're already making 2 to 3 times more than what you're making at your job at your side hustle. Maybe 4 times. So it's like, hey, listen, man. It's like, all right, man, listen, I'm already making 3-4 times more than what I'm making at my other job. How much debt have I paid off yet? Did I pay off enough debt? Because you should also be doing that too, paying off your debt. But if you're making 3 to 4 times more on your side hustle, and you're starting to get to a point like, hey, man, at some point I'm gonna have to leave this 9 to 5 because if I don't, I'm gonna miss out on even more money. A chance to even blow this thing up, to take this thing even higher. So now I have to make an executive decision. I gotta leave the job. Because everything is already covered. And as long as you don't upgrade your lifestyle, you continue to keep living the same way that you've been living. You don't upgrade, you don't go and get a new car the same way that you've been living as you were working, as you was building your side hustle, and as if you were building your you were building your business while working. You keep that same lifestyle. Don't upgrade your lifestyle yet. Continue to keep building, continue to keep growing your business and stacking your bread up, investing your money the right way, paying down your debt, making sure that you're out of debt so that way you can truly focus and really stack your bread up. And then till you get to a point where you're really comfortable. And when I say comfortable, I'm not talking about just, oh, well, I got a couple of thousands in the bank. No, I'm talking about truly comfortable. Where you're making enough money where you can quit today and you got 20 years in you. You got 20 years of you, and you can still maintain your same lifestyle for the 20 years. PJ topic is building a business as. Oh yeah. That's what it is, big dog.
Relationship with your 9 to 5 changes in year 2 in ways that are subtle and then suddenly not subtle. You stop caring about the politics, not because you became enlightened, but because the politics no longer determine your financial future.
Yep.
And things stop mattering the moment they stop being the only option.
Yep.
You do your job well, you are professional, and you meet your deadlines, but the part of you that used to silently calculate what a promotion would mean for your life has gone quiet. You know what a promotion means. It means more money inside a structure you are already building your way out of. The ceiling of the job has become visible, and visible ceilings change how you sit under them. Your manager notices something, not the business specifically, but the quality of your presence. You are calm in a way that reads as confidence, but is actually closer to detachment. You are not anxious about the things your colleagues are anxious about, because your eggs are no longer in a single basket, and everyone in the room can feel the difference even if they cannot name it. This is one of the quiet rewards of building something parallel. It changes your posture inside the thing you are building away from.
Yep.
It is a Wednesday. The business had a bad week. A proposal you were confident about came back as a no. A client you liked moved on because they found someone cheaper. The laptop is open, and the numbers are not moving in the right direction, and the job alarm goes off in 5 hours, and you are sitting in a tiredness that is different from physical tired. You have the conversation, the one where you ask whether this is worth it, where you add up everything the business has cost you in hours and energy and social capital, and you compare it to what it has returned, and the math is not yet clean. The math does not yet obviously favor the thing you are building. You are running on something that is not math. You are running on the specific stubbornness of a person who has seen enough of the alternative to know they cannot go back to only that. You have tasted the irregular, difficult, and occasionally humiliating experience of building something, and it has ruined the comfort of not building. That is the trap and also the gift. Once you know what it feels like to make something move, the stillness of only collecting a paycheck feels like a different kind of tired. You close the laptop, you sleep, you open it again in the morning. The business has averaged $5,800 a month for the last 4 months. You have 6 months of expenses saved. You have 2 clients on retainer and a pipeline that is the healthiest it has ever been. You have run the numbers with a seriousness that would have felt premature a year ago. The decision is in front of you. Leaving the job is not a celebration. It is a calculation. You are not quitting because you hate the job or because the business has made you rich. You are leaving because the marginal value of your time is shifted. Every hour you give the job is an hour you are not giving the thing with the higher ceiling.
Yep. See what I just said? That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said. You're at a point where you're making enough money to the point where now you're at a crossroads. It's like, hey man, if I stay here at this job and I'm making a significant amount more on my side hustle than I am in my job, I need to let go of this job because now it's getting in the way of me making more money because I can't continue to keep dividing my attention to my 9 to 5 and to my side hustle. So I gotta go what makes more sense.
Give notice on a Tuesday. Your manager is surprised. Your colleagues say the right things. There is a small going away thing with a card that everyone signed. You take the card home, you put it in a drawer, and you open the laptop. The first Monday without the job is strange. The structure is gone, and nobody is expecting you anywhere. The calendar is yours in a way it has never been, and freedom on that scale is briefly terrifying before it becomes the new baseline. You learn quickly that self-discipline without external structure is a different skill than the one you practiced after the 9 to 5. When the job existed, the hours were defined for you and you fit the business into the margins. Now the hours are yours entirely, and the business will expand or contract to fill whatever space your discipline creates. By 28, you have a business generating $7,200 a month. You have built something real. You know this. You also know what it cost, and the cost does not fully show up in any spreadsheet you have made. It cost you 2 relationships that could not survive the version of you that was always half somewhere else. People who needed more presence than you had available during the years when the business was consuming the margins of your life. You do not regret the building. You carry the cost of it honestly. It cost you the easy comfort of a single identity, the clean answer to what do you do that people understand without explanation. For 3 years, you lived in a category that had no name, and the ambiguity was lonelier than you expected. It cost you sleep in a specific and cumulative way, the kind of sleep debt that a week of rest does not fully repay. You are 28, and you feel 28 in a way you did not expect to at 25. And it gave you something that does not have a clean name either. Not freedom exactly, because freedom is never as clean as it sounds.
There goes the
Not
Gucci brother.
success, because success is a moving target and yours has already moved 3 times. It gave you a particular kind of self-knowledge that only arrives through the specific experience of building something from nothing and watching it become something real. You know what you can do under pressure. You know what you can do exhausted. You know which parts of you are reliable and which parts need managing. You know this not from reflection, but from evidence. You are asked sometimes whether it was worth it. The 5:47 p.m. parking garages, the compressed social life, the 2 a.m. conversations with yourself, the years of irregular income and irregular sleep, and the constant low-level uncertainty of building something with no guarantee attached. The honest answer is, it depends on what you are going to do with the evenings anyway. For some people, the 9 to 5 is the right structure. It is not a consolation. It is a genuine fit. It provides security, clarity, community, and a defined.
And she said, that's where I'm at. Can't be there because I'm building. No sleep because I'm creating. It's a lot, but worth it. Case it be develop other skills in the process. Yeah, it's all building skills outside of what you do. A lot of people don't understand that as well. Even just when it comes to content creation, there are a lot of skills that you're building. Learning how to communicate more effectively, right? Confidence. Learning how to use AI, learning how to prompt. There's so many different skills that you can learn from this. But and whatever it is that you're doing, right? But of course, I just use content creation as a reference just because that's what I'm doing. But I'm really excited about getting to a point where I'm doing live streams every day. Because I'm going off the philosophy of I'm gonna scale over time, right? To a point where it's like, all right, bet. Now we can elevate one more day. Because my goal is to add one day. I'm not gonna just jump off the porch and do all 5 days, right? I'm gonna strategically add one day at a time. And eventually it may turn into day live streams versus nighttime live streams. Because that's when people are more out and about. Because I'm trying to find the sweet spot when people aren't live streaming, not when everybody else is live streaming. Try to find that sweet spot to keep people here and locked in. In real life, PJ says, I want to get to this point where I'm starting a business. My only problem is I don't know what I would go into business for yet. That's true. Figure out what skill that you're really good at that you can do outside of your job, bro. Yeah, it did. It definitely did, man. And you know what's crazy about this Bull City? I've been having this conversation for so long. About working for myself, building something outside of working a 9 to 5. Because let me be honest and clear, I'm grateful for having a job. I know a lot of people, they operate, well, dang, bro, you got a 9 to 5. Yes, I do. And I'm grateful for having it because some people don't have a job. And guess what? Some people's back is against the wall. So they're trying to make it to the next day. They're trying to get that next sale so that way they can pay their bills. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do that, right? And so with having that discipline, and having these conversations, when I said having these conversations, we talking way back in 2015. I was having these conversations when I was in Iraq. Having these conversations with my platoon sergeant. He was talking about him going to be a chief in the military, going to be a pilot. He achieved that goal. He 1000% achieved that goal, and still out there thriving. And we're out here doing the same thing. We still keep in contact to this day, doing different things. So I've been having this conversation. It was just me finding what it is that I wanted to do that I can really lock in, that I can be excited about doing. I tried so many different things. I'm not gonna hold y'all, bro. I appreciate you unknowing the truth. I've tried so many different things. We talk about Primerica Insurance. We talking about Herbalife. We talking about dang, it's another one. It's another one that I did. And I was trying to use Instagram and social media to try to promote the product, but I just felt as if I was just I feel like I was lying to people. I'm gonna be honest to you. Because even when I was doing Primerica, now there's some people that are successful in the business, right? But me walking around in Walmart and Target trying to talk to people in the stores, like, oh, hey, excuse me, man, how you doing? How's your day going? This and the third. Hey, man, I was asking, man, I see you got your kids and everything, but I was curious, have you ever thought about life insurance and what that can do for your family just in case, things happen, unfortunately? And the last thing I would want is for you to be outside in the middle of the street, selling plates and food and everything just to make sure that you can pay for a funeral. Right? Having these random ass conversations in Walmart. It's crazy. Walking up and down the aisle, you looking like you don't even belong in there. You looking like you trying to do something because you in there with slacks on, you in there trying to you in there dressed with a button-down shirt on and some loafers in Walmart. Like, are you like, bro, for real? And then Herbalife doing the same exact thing, then going to all of these events, talking so people can go in there and motivate you. Yeah. See, this is what it looks like when you work your tail off, you do XYZ. I'm like, bro, you talk about all these different people that you get in here. First of all, you going down the aisle, you talking to somebody, right? You going down the aisle talking to somebody. That's one. And you doing this on a daily basis. To get somebody's number, to then call them, try to call them, because 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna pick that phone up once you get their number. They ain't gonna pick up the phone. You may get one. They'll pick up the phone. Now you got to get past the objections of trying to get to the house, to get inside their home, to get inside their crib. Like, hey man, listen, big dog, let's talk about this insurance, man. Let's see how we can get you on. And then once you do finally get you one, you still only get a half of a portion of the pie. You don't get a lot of money off of that. It's like, bro, so how many of these people I gotta sell in order to get something real? And so, mind you, you doing the legwork while they walking with you, while the people who are already working with you, as they're training you, they gonna get the big old portion of the money because you ain't even licensed yet. And you like, dog, so you telling me how much money you just made off of this? How much money you just made off of me, basically? Oh shit, it just made a lot of money. What? So you telling me I just made $75, but you just made a cool 2 bands? Hey man, listen. So I started trying to figure out different ways. So I started asking questions. I'm like, hey man, so this is before they started to actually take social media and use social media as leverage, right? I was like, why can't we just use Instagram to promote the product so that way you can get more people looking at you as well as going out in the streets, so that way we can reach more people and people want to get over here and come talk to you. Well, we just ain't on that type of time. Like, man, listen, bro, this ain't it. Because I was motivated. My mindset was, listen, all I gotta do is pass this test, and then we can lock in. But my mind wasn't set. So then I started to find something else. I just continued to find other things. And then I went into wholesale real estate, started doing wholesale real estate, started diving into trying to find different properties. But in my mind, I got into it at the wrong time. I got into it when everything started to die down versus when everything was popping at the time, right? So now I'm using these softwares, reaching out to people, reaching out to probate properties, trying to get a deal done across the country in Alabama, and I'm over here in Arizona calling these people on a consistent basis, like, hey man, you trying to sell your crib, really trying to negotiate. We're like, bro, you ain't even using the house. So why you trying to negotiate? I done already gave you the comps of the house that's down the street. Your house don't match that. So why you sitting up here trying to argue with me about how much your house is worth when it ain't worth that? And then, mind you, once you finally get somebody under contract, now you got to reach out to a buyer that's willing to pay for this shit because they only buy in certain areas. And I was like, bro. So that became a thing. And mind you, I sold a couple of properties. I did. But considering the fact of me doing it by myself and not having the capital myself, man, that was some work because everybody was trying to do it. especially out here in Arizona. Everybody was trying to do it. Everybody was wholesaling because you had the Pace Morbies out there killing it. You had the what's his name? I played ball with him a couple of times. He started off doing wholesaler stuff. I forgot his name. Is it Ramos? I forgot his name. But he became real big in wholesale real estate. Then you had the Maxwells. I was heavy on Maxwell because I loved his style. I love the way that he did really. I love the way that he operated when he did his business. So I'm heavy into it, watching all the YouTube videos and everything, bro. But it still wasn't working. So I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And I did that for about 2 years. Did it for about a solid 2 years, and then I took a step back. And listen, I even was listening to what's his name? The one that Anton was going at? Tony the Closer. Listening to Tony the Closer, figuring out how he was getting his properties done. I was listening to everybody, dog, trying to figure it out, trying to get it done. And then boom, nothing. And so I had to take a step back until one day, one of my homies like, listen, bro, why don't you just create a YouTube channel? You've been doing TikTok. You've been giving your thoughts. You've been saying things that you've been wanting to get off your chest. Why not just go for it and do the YouTube channel? Because again, I tried to do the funny dad shit, and it was cool. It was straight for a minute, but then I started thinking to myself, man, that's a lot of editing, bro. And now I got to think about what's the next funny video to create. I ain't trying to do that. I need less energy as much as possible, more efficiency, more volume. That's what I need. And then that's when I found this. I was like, you know what? I can do reaction videos, react to different people's content, and give my thoughts and my opinions on it. And we can grow and build a community. And I can have, by doing this, I can take what I'm doing now, and then I can create something on the back end, which is my Patreon, right? Showing people how to grow from 0 to 1,000. And then as I continue to build and grow, as I'm continuing to negotiate with different brand deals and different local companies that can work with the Courtney Egger Show and will sponsor the Courtney Egger Show, my failures and what I'm doing to build and how I'm building my brand, et cetera, right? And how I'm building my image and how I'm building the ENG community, so on and so forth. I can take that and those things that I'm learning, and I can put that in my Patreon, and I can teach somebody how to do it. And that's what I'm doing now. And that's where we at now. And I've been loving it. And I've been locked in.
Container for their professional energy. Those people should not start a business after work. They should invest the money they save, build their career.
Izzy, you asked that question. You asked that question yesterday, big dog. We answered that question.
Build a life that the salary supports. That is not a lesser choice. That is a correct reading of who they are and what they need. For other people, the 9 to 5 is a slow suffocation, not dramatic and not cinematic, but present. A feeling that the ceiling is visible and low, and that something in them requires the experience of building something with no ceiling defined yet. For those people, the question is not whether to start. The question is whether they can survive the cost of starting without romanticizing it into something it is not. It is a Tuesday at 5:47 p.m. in a parking garage, and a laptop, and 2 hours before the brain stops cooperating. The machine does not care about your vision. It does not care about your passion or your potential, or the version of yourself you described in a journal at 24. It responds only to the hours, the consistent, unglamorous, and unwitnessed hours you put into it over months and then years until the thing you are building has enough mass to move on its own. You either...
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna be 110% honest with you. That video was as honest as it can possibly get. It sounds good. It sounds good to tell people like, listen, bro, I'm building something on the side. Yes, it's admirable. You know what I'm saying? That's something that people can admire, right? But it ain't easy. It's not. Because now you're going to be struggling mentally. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a mental game for sure. Because in your head, in your mind, typically speaking, you see other people shining or what it seems like they're shining, right? And regardless of who you are, we're all human at the end of the day. You see somebody else getting to it or what it seems as if they're getting to it. And you're in your head like, dog, how in the hell, like, what are they doing that I'm not? I know I'm better than them. Or how is it that they're making so much money and I'm only making a little bit? What are they doing that I'm not? and you trying to figure it out, or you in this mindset of, man, I'm so tired of this job, bro. I'm ready. I need something to shake now. But you got to understand, you got to go through the mud. You can't jump over it. You got to go through the mud. You gotta go through the growing pains. It's growing pains, learning, growing, building, and no matter what it is, not just content creation, that's everything. It's all of it's gonna come with work, because guess what? You are in a entirely new field, an entirely new, unknown, uncharted area, and you trying to figure it out. So it's gonna take time. And if you are a praying man or praying woman, you're gonna understand God gonna take you through some things. And it's not gonna happen when you want it to happen. It's gonna happen when He's ready for it to happen. So you're gonna have to continue to keep working. You're gonna have to continue to keep leaning on God. You have to continue to keep talking and thinking with an abundance mindset. Your tongue is powerful. If you continue to speak negatively, guess what's gonna happen? Negative things are gonna happen. But if you continue to keep speaking positive, continue to keep speaking life into yourself, understand, like, listen, this is growing pains. It's gonna pop off. It's gonna happen. It's gonna work. And you continue to keep working. You continue to keep grinding. You continue to keep showing up, no matter where you are right now, because there's gonna be people that gonna talk shit. Man, you ain't doing nothing, bro. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing this. Don't matter. Don't listen to them, because eventually they're gonna become a fan. Eventually they're gonna love you. Eventually they're gonna be the ones. See, man, I remember when you was at 0. Yep, I know you do. And you the same person that was telling me that I wasn't gonna make it. You the same person that was sitting up here telling me that I should quit, I should stop. Same person. Then those haters turn into fans. And then as you continue to get bigger, guess what? You're gonna have more haters that are secretly fans. They secretly love what you're doing. They secretly love it, but they're gonna hate on you because they don't want everybody to know that you actually rock with them. Exactly. What if it all works out? What if it all works out? That's how you gotta think. Now, okay, what if this happens? What if this bad happens? Yep, they're gonna listen, you're gonna have some hiccups. It's gonna happen. Nobody is above it. It's gonna happen. There are gonna be hiccups, but you just gotta understand that's part of the process. It's part of the growing pains. You're gonna slip, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, it's gonna happen. Happens to the best of us. And you got to just continue how to have that wherewithal. You got to continue to keep being resilient. You continue to keep building. Just keep building, keep building. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself too, because I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Nowhere near. But we're gonna continue to keep showing up. We're gonna continue to keep building. Because now I done put myself out there. What I look like quitting. What I look like quitting. I just got to figure it out. If something ain't working, I figure it out. One way or the other. And eventually, guess what? We're going to be making them 6 figures a month. And guess what? I'm going to be talking shit. I'm going to be talking my talk. I'm going to be talking big dog. But guess what? I'm doing it now. I'm talking my big dog talk now, because guess what? When I went to the podcast summit in Atlanta earlier this year, I went to the podcast summit. I did. I went. I was like, you know what? Let me go. Let me see what it's actually hitting for. I want to see what they talking about. I want to see what's, just for some networking. I went to it in Atlanta. And that's why I met DJ Hamp out there too. Shout out to DJ Hamp. But it was cool. But I realized that a lot of people think that podcasting is so saturated. But then when you take a step back and you look at it from a broader scale, not many people are doing it. It just seems as if a lot of people are doing it because everybody's on social media. You don't realize how big the algorithm actually is. There's so many different people in different spaces that we don't even know yet, that we haven't even seen or even thought it was a thing. We are just in one space. We are just in one space. And if you can dominate that space, you're doing big. Shout out to Anton, right? Anton is huge. But guess what? There's still people in other spaces who are even bigger than Anton, and that's crazy to even think about. That's crazy to even fathom. It's like, dog, Anton doing phenomenal over there. Buddy making 6 figures a month. 6 figures a month off of YouTube. And that's just off of YouTube alone. That's not considering the Patreon. That's not considering that's not considering a lot of other things that he got going on. That's just YouTube alone. You feel me? And no, man, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to even think about. But it's something to look forward to, though. It's something to go towards to, right? And where we're at right now, it's always got to be something you got to chase. You always got to have something to chase. Oh, hold up. Always got to have something to chase. Oh, let me turn that light off. Oh, it'd be all right. He said what? He said each CES episode needs to have a JBN segment where he analyzes and breaks down ratchet behavior. He is an artist with words when it comes to the whole. Hey, I agree. He does. He does. He good. Because one thing about JBN, boy, he gonna find the sexual reference. he gonna find a way to get the girl down on her knees. That's one thing about it. That's one thing about JBN. He gonna find a way to get them down on their knees. He gonna find a way. It's like, bro, you ain't got a different reference, fam. Nah, fuck that. That's the ratchet in me. I gotta get it out. I feel you, big dog. I feel you, homie.
I came down. When I came.
But listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, man, tonight was dope, man. I like this live stream. You know, I'm making tweaks. I'm continuously making tweaks and trying to make this thing as perfect as I possibly can. To make this thing as dope, as entertaining as I possibly can as well. You know, because we don't want to just be subject to one demographic of people. We want to be known by many different races, many different cultures. So that's why we're gonna be tapping into different things, right? But we're gonna make sure that we keep the people that's been rocking with me. We're gonna keep them here at the same time, right? But yeah, man, we're gonna continue to keep building. We're gonna continue to keep building. The ENG community gonna continue to keep getting bigger. People that's gonna be coming over here gonna continue to keep coming rocking with your boy because they rocking with me. But we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Boy City says he rarely reuses the same analogies though. There are things I've never heard. Yeah, man, he slick. Hey, he's smooth with it though. I give it to him. He got to play on his words because he be saying something. I'd be like, bro, what? What you just say? He be coming out, yeah, he be coming out the woodworks. He be coming out the woodworks with it. I'm like, dog, what you got going on over there, fam? But that's my guy though, man. JB, that's my guy. Even though, you know what? Me and JB me and him have gotten into it the most out of everybody on the panel. We be going back and forth like a mug. We be going back and forth like crazy. But I love it though. I love it. I do. I love it. I love it. All right. But yeah, man, tonight was fire. This is a dope Wednesday. Felt really good, especially after a dope Tuesday night, man. Banter Barter Show. It was fire last night. It was a really good show last night. I gotta say myself. And then to follow up with this show tonight, dope show tonight. Make sure y'all are here Friday. Friday, listen, because we missed last Friday, so we're gonna be doing double backs, right? We're gonna be here this Friday and we're gonna be here next Friday as well. But this Friday, we might have some shorties on tonight. We might have some shorties on Friday night, so therefore it's really gonna be interesting. I reached out to a couple of shorties on TikTok. One of them she responded back, so she might be on. I was trying to get Carmaya on this Friday, but she said she'll pop up Tuesday. So I was like, all right, cool. I can get you for Tuesday. SH. I don't know if y'all know who SH is. She was on Fatty's channel. She's supposed to be pulling up Tuesday, so but we'll see. We're trying to get some more ladies for this Friday though. So Box of Lighting show. Hey, listen, you feel me? You feel me? We got another shorty who's supposed to be coming on too on Friday. This Friday, I don't know if she responded back yet, but she was on the Lapeef show. So we might have some shorties on Friday. So it's gonna be. I know Marcus finna go crazy. I know Marcus about to act a fool. Cause when the ladies get on him, man, Marcus be going in, especially when he get that alcohol in his system. He be going in. Man. So it should be a good show, man. Hopefully we can lock them in and we get some of those ladies on so they can give their of opinion, because I know they have some of them have an opposing opinion. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy. I appreciate y'all for being here tonight. Make sure y'all are here Friday. Make sure y'all watch the replay. If y'all do, show some love. I will be editing these videos as well. So of course, make sure y'all go and show love to the uploaded videos. Make sure you hype the videos too, because we gotta get noticed. The more y'all hype, the better it is for your boy. Also, one more thing. That's what I wanted to mention. Marcus was, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, Marcus is wild. Also, one thing I wanted to mention too, I am looking for preferably college students who are in marketing, who are looking for a commission-based job. So what would that entail? I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown before I close it out. I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown what I'm looking for. And if y'all know any individuals. So that would be college students right now, hungry, self-motivated individuals who are looking to grow, and also they can add to their own portfolio as well. But it's going to be a commission-based job that if you do well, of course you're going to get your percentage of your commission, and it could potentially be a salary plus commission, depending on how great you are and how good you are. And so all of it's going to entail, the weekly responsibilities will be pitching 20 to 50 sponsors a week, booking podcast guests, finding collaboration opportunities, reaching out to other Arizona businesses or in wherever you are, managing affiliate relationships, scheduling Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube shorts, studying analytics to see what's working, building the email list and Discord community, and negotiating paid appearances and brand deals. So that's what it's going to entail. So if y'all know anybody who's looking for that, any college students, preferably college students, or anybody else who's extremely motivated, who's looking for commission-based jobs, reach out to your boy on my email. It is CourtneyEdgar1@gmail.com. CourtneyEdgar1@gmail.com. That is in the descriptions as well. And so your boy is looking for that. All right. So with that being said, my good people, I appreciate y'all. And until next time, I love.